Thank you, Mr. Mustafa, for being with us
I
today.
sent no, it's a pleasure for me, Mr. Elia. I sent
Thank,
you two links to two videos. Maybe they are going to help us in our topic today, but you didn't receive them, I think. I sent
where
them
at?
on Messenger. I sent them on Messenger.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't online. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Uh, is there any means to send it or share it? Can you share it on Zoom here?
Okay, I'll try, but I'm not familiar with how to share videos in Zoom. I'll try to do this.
Okay. Okay, let's base on our procedure of the session today, and
Okay,
we can manage it. Thank you for attending this session, Mr. Mustafa. And
you're most
it's
welcome.
thank you. It's a very good chance for the beneficial of our mentees today. But unfortunately, this is for the first time we are only three-person here. I don't know why, but we are, we are
Maybe because
waiting.
I'm here today.
No, I think we are still gathering. So we have Ms. Zainab and Mr. Mustafa and waiting for the rest of people.
Okay.
So as you know, our topic today is about student to student interaction. So we can think together about that. And I think Mr. Mustafa prepared something very interesting for us. Okay.
It's not interesting, it's usual, but okay, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to talk about this.
I know it's a familiar topic for you, but we need to share each our experiences. Okay.
Okay, but did you use to divide your amenities here as groups to work in breakout rooms and something like that?
Yes, we do
Because it's the
that.
first time for me to attend. I am not familiar with
No, no,
what
but
you used to
not
do with
today.
them.
We will not do it today because we are not many today.
We are
We
just
break.
three.
Yes, I break down the groups on Zoom when we are many.
Okay,
So we have to start now. Anyway, student to student interaction, and I think uh, people are showing up now. Miss Asma, welcome aboard. We started our session, and this session is considered a cascade to the AE Live 8.6 classmate as language learning allies presented by John Kotnarowski. This is by the US Department of State AE program, American English. So let's get started with a question, very important question. What does the term interaction mean?
can I talk about this, or we will work in a group?
Of course. No, we are one group now. So Mr. Mustafa is a very special mentee today, and we
Okay.
are we need your discussion and your opinion today. Okay, Mr. Mustafa, go ahead.
Okay, thank you for giving me such this chance.
It's a pleasure.
Actually, I think okay. Actually, what I think about this, how will students communicate with one another in a class? This is where students have opportunities to communicate with each other to help other students effectively construct their knowledge. This is what I think about interact student to another student. Do you agree
Yes,
with me in that?
yes, totally agree, Mr. Mustafa. Interaction could be between student to student interaction or student to teacher interaction. And this is a topic of our
This is as a
slide.
type of interaction. We have three types of this.
Yes, we are
But I
cons
thought today you are going to talk in general about interaction in general, not about
okay.
the first type of interaction.
We need to talk about all kinds and in general, but we are going from generalization to specify a certain one item of this or one kind, one type. So anybody else,
Yes,
any,
can I speak?
yes, Miss Zainab?
I think to make an effective interaction, we must understand the learner level, age, interests, motivation to learn, social, educational, cultural, and linguistic background, needs, personality. I think we must understand the learner very well, I think.
Can
Yes,
I say something about that, Mr. Elia?
okay, please, Mr. Mustafa. Oh,
Okay, I think here, but she's talking about interaction in general, or between the teacher and the student, not interaction between a student and another student inside the classroom.
mm.
So you talked about this at the beginning or at the first. It's what I
No,
understood from
no,
your
I talk about
start.
the teacher and the student, not the student to student.
But I think you started to talk about the student to another student. Is it right or not?
Okay, okay. All opinions are acceptable for our discussion. And let's go to another slide to clarify the picture for all of
Can I
us.
add something?
Of course, sir.
Okay, students share responsibility for learning with each other, discuss disagreement, understanding, and shape the direction of the class. The pedagogy in action module in cooperative learning. They used to do this. This is a great place to learn more about structuring student-to-student interaction, both in and out of the classroom.
Of course, this is a very important point that students should be interactive in and outside the classroom. This is the idealistic figure of learning a language. So let's see Krashen 1981, the definition of student-to-student interaction when students are communicating naturally and focused on sharing messages and information and not on grammar and proper form. This is very important for us as Egyptian teachers because we as Egyptian teachers concentrate and focus on grammar all the time. This is me and you and everybody of us. We know that it's a culture. So we need to change this into focusing on the interaction away from focusing on the grammar. So this interaction could be in sharing ideas, communicating with others, fair
Can
and
I
group
ask
discussion.
you
Yes,
something?
yes, please, Mr. Mustafa.
Do you mean that we need to focus on the action itself, not on the grammar, but we want to focus on the action of interaction between student and another student, not about grammar or another issue or topic? Do you want to say that for us?
Yes, we concentrate on the communication more than the grammar form. Okay, you have a perspective about that? Please tell us.
No, I don't have, but just I discussed that with you.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
So
I can talk about this.
please,
As
yes,
teachers, okay, can I talk or not?
of course, it's all
Okay,
for you, sir.
okay. As teachers, I think we must encourage students to work together as a class to contribute to comprehensive answers to open-ended problem and devote opportunities to each other and encourage them in-depth conversation among each other or between students and other. Not between students and teachers, no, between students and other students. This is what I want to say, Mr. Elia.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa.
You're most welcome.
So we can go on giving the list of these ideas. Socializing with others, you know the meaning of socializing, to become one community,
Social.
social, yes,
Yes.
one society, express ourselves. When the students express themselves to each other, they can socialize and they can make friendships with each other in your class. More than grammar vocabulary, this is my perspective, Mr. Mustafa. That what I want to clarify. As you see on the screen, repeat after me. This is the typical figure of the teacher. Repeat after me. I am, you are, he is, it is, plus adjective. This is the typical way of teaching uh, inside the class, or the old-fashioned method. More than grammar and vocabulary, this is what we aim. Okay.
Can I
Um,
add something, please?
okay. Before that, welcome Miss Hana on board. بس يا جماعة عايزين
Okay.
ناخد بالنا من ميعاد 9. يلا مستر مصطفى. Go on.
Now in my mind there is something that I remember which I used to use with my
We can't hear.
Voice. Your voice, Mr.
Yes.
Mustafa. We can't hear you.
We can't.
Hello. Mr. Mustafa. Hello, Mr. Mustafa. Are you here? I cannot hear you.
You can use the chat.
Okay, we can go on our slides till Mr. Mustafa come back. Mr. Mustafa, anybody can hear Mr. Mustafa?
No.
No, we can't. No.
No, we can't.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we
Yes,
can
now.
hear you now.
Okay.
Can you
Yes.
hear
Yes.
me now?
Yes,
Yes.
now we
Okay.
can hear you.
Actually, I want to tell you about a method which I used to use with my students. I think it's a strategy which we call, which is very related to our topic today, student-student interaction. We call it think, bear, share exercises. It works best when there are multiple answers to questions and valuing diversity in thinking. It gives them the chance to think at first, and work with his peer or his classmate. After that, they are going to share their information with each other. I think this way is very related to our topic today, interaction student to another student. Do you agree with me in that?
Actually, I agree, Mr. Mustafa. Think, per, share is a very important technique that we are going to talk about later on, but you preceded me in that. Firstly, we are going to have the icebreaker and something like that, and then we will handle the, as you say, the techniques like think, pair, share. But first, we have a question here to discuss together. Why is interaction important in the English classroom?
Can I say the answer? What I
Yes,
think, yeah. What I
Mr.
think about the
Mustafa.
answer.
Mic is yours.
I Okay, thank you. I think interaction is very important to make the English class interesting, and make the students exchange information between each others. And we have some students which they are shy and they can't speak in English. and they didn't find English interesting for them. So if they have some activities they have this way, they will find it interesting and they are going to start to share with other students.
Yes, Mr. Mustafa, it's very comprehensive way to answer this question. Thank you so much. Anybody else would like to?
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Anybody else would like to say something about interaction? Why is it important in our classrooms? Okay, let's move to another slide.
Can I speak?
Yes, Ms. Zainab, please.
I think it helps students to reflect on their thinking and learning skills. Or make them interact in positive manner um, and develop the learning process. Give it a high level.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Zainab,
Yes,
thank
Mr.
you.
I want to.
Ms. Hana,
Can I add
please.
something?
Could we listen to Ms. Hana, then Mr. Mustafa?
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Hana?
Yes, I think it is a vital part of any course experience. Yes, I think language exists to facilitate anything.
Yes, Ms. Hana, this is very important. I can add to your opinion that you mean this is the base of any course. This is the base,
Yes.
this is the objective or the aim for any teacher to make interaction between the
To communicate
students.
with others.
Yes, and communication now is the aim of our teaching, but not only memorizing for the information. Mr. Mustafa?
Okay, thank you. I think students here involve the students in their this way involve the students in the presentation of their ideas or oral or poster presentation, and encourage them to develop themselves and their real data to decide how best to use interaction. And when they work in a small teams of students, learn about new issues or topics from each other, and they have new ideas.
Yes.
That's what I want to say.
All of these through the interaction as a means that teacher use and objective in the same time. So the importance of interaction, thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa. The importance of
You're
interaction,
most welcome.
one, to learn a language, you must use it. To learn a language, you must use it. How can we define that? To learn a language, you must use it. You cannot just memorize some
Yes, please.
vocabulary. Okay, Miss Asma?
I think learning any language needs communication, and of course, interaction will help in this.
Yes. And
Yes.
okay, sometimes when we learn a language like English, um, we get surprised and ask ourselves why I am not fluent in speaking English language,
Yes.
although
Yes.
I memorize tons of vocabulary and words. Why
Because
I can't speak in English well? Because the four skills need to be practiced, each one
yes.
separately, and after that, when you train yourself or exercise on the four skills, they are integrated together to make you good in learning the whole language. So you need to speak, you need to listen to the language you learn, you need to read and write. You have to practice the four skills. To learn a language, you must use it, not only to memorize the form or formula of the grammar. Okay? Number two, more like real life use of language. What about that? More like real life use of language. When you cause something or address your students to learn a certain skill in writing or speaking, what kind of topic you choose to give to your students in activities? Would you say, please tell me about a theory here or there? Tell me about the femtosecond. Tell me about science in a certain point of science. I think it is going to be boring for the students. But when say to a certain student, Ahmed, tell me about your day. What about your daily routine? What about your friends? Tell me about your hobbies. Do you like football? Tell me about a match you like. The best moments in a match you have or you had before. This real life topics uh, interest the students, make them interested and engaged in the class and in your lesson. Agree with me? And if anyone have another idea or addition for this? Number
Yes, I
three.
agree with you, Miss.
Okay, Ms. Hana, thank you. Number three shows that mistakes are a good thing and how to recover from them. Uh, we have talked about mistakes and error correction, you remember?
Yes.
And we agreed before that mistakes is are not crimes. Your students
Oh,
need some mistakes to learn. So it's human to err. It's normal. It's natural to err, to make mistakes. So if the student make mistakes, you have to make the student feel it's normal, nothing happened, it's not a big deal. So go on, make more mistakes and learn. Number four, makes the most of class time. Makes the most of class time. لازم الانتراكشن يبقى والstudent time talking. You remember that? You have
yes.
to increase the student time talking and decrease the teacher time talking. Number five, a fun way to build relationships in class. Of course, it's a great fun for students to interact, but it depends on your activity that we are going to talk about. Tips for promoting interaction. We have some tips today to help you or consider it as suggestions and waiting you to give me more tips and more hints from your experience. Tip number one, create a sense of community in your classroom. You need to create a sense of community in your classroom to make friendships between the students and each other and between you as a teacher and the students. What should we do to build a sense of community? If you have any perspective and suggestions,
Yes.
Miss Asma, please.
Miss Zainab.
Miss Zainab, okay.
Uh, I can ask them about their names, their hobbies, their fathers, mothers, job. I can play with game with them some games.
Yes, this is very
Uh,
important.
yes, and varying activities in a
Va-
class.
yes, varying the activities. Thank you, Miss.
Can I add
Very, very
something?
interesting. Of course, Mr. Mustafa waiting for you.
Can I add something, please?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. If I want students to work on open-ended problems to encourage them in-depth conversations with each other and with me, consider using open-ended questions.
These are questions with more than one right answer and encourage students to make how to judge this question. Sometimes such a question can foster in class debates. This is the first one. The second one, okay, are you following me?
Yes, we are following you.
The second one is structured academic conversation in which small teams of students learn about conversation issues from multiple perspectives and attempt to come to consensus. The third one is data in a classroom.
Data in classroom, you said, Mr. Mustafa, what? Hello?
Yes, yes, data.
Mr. Mustafa. Mr. Mustafa, hello? Mr. Mustafa, we lost Mr. Mustafa again. So, Mr. Mustafa told us about the open-ended questions. It's very important, Mr. Mustafa, to use the open-ended questions to let the students' opinions and ideas flow out.
Critical thinking.
Yes, like the critical thinking questions, but in the open-ended frame. The students can give their opinions more clearly and more smoothly when you give him an open-ended question like, what's your opinion about? How could you see so and so? Tell us about your uh, daily routine. This is open-ended questions that make the ideas flow out from the students to each other and exchange um, some some information about their own real life, make it very fun for them to learn. Okay, I don't know if
Uh,
Mr. Mustafa is still with us, or
Mr.
I
Elya?
think his line cut. I know he suffered from the internet cut. Okay, I will be talking.
Yes, Mr. Elya.
Okay, miss.
Before that, I think we should teach students social skills, side by side learning English,
Yes, Miss Hannah.
like politeness, respect for others.
Yes.
Then we teach them English
You mean
by motivation.
teaching them behavior
Yes,
and
side by
morals
side.
side by
Yes.
side, and I think this is the content. We call it the CLIL, the integrated.
Mm.
Yes, the integration between the content and the structure or the context of your language you want to teach them. So if you are teaching them a certain story, the story has some morals inside it, like
Yeah.
uh, like when you want to teach them um, don't lie, so you can give them a story that contain or have the moral of that lead them to know that lying is not good thing. So go to another slide. Teacher introductions. This is very important to make a community or society between us and students, some interaction between the teacher and the student. Not only formal info. When you introduce yourself at the very beginning of the school year, we don't need to give some formal information only for the students that they may already know. They know that I am a teacher, I am Mr. Elia, and I work in this school. formal information is known for the students. But I can go further to make a community with them and socialize the relationship between me as a teacher and the students. You can give some attractive info. Like what? What the attractive info for the students about yourself?
Yes.
Family?
Yes.
Could you give some information about your family to your students? Hey guys, I'm married. I have two children, a boy and a girl. The boy is so and so and so. Give information about your son, your daughter, and your husband, and so on. This makes the fun atmosphere in your class.
Hobbies
Yes, Miss.
also. Hobbies.
Thank you. Hobbies and
Yeah.
interests.
Yes, I am. So, once I said to my class that I like Tom and Jerry animation.
Me
They laughed
too.
at me.
Me too.
Yes,
Very,
yes.
very much.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
stared at me, then they laughed.
Yes. We grow up on watching Tom and
Yes, I
Jerry.
like them till now. Till
Yes,
now.
and they will like you because you like something or
Yes.
interested in something. You share your students in loving a certain cartoon. This makes you famous between them.
Yes,
Uh,
Mister.
yes, Miss Hannah, please.
Yes, I every year I prepare some cards to teach them their names in English and Arabic.
Yes.
One of these cards, I wrote my name, my family, my hobbies on one side. The other side, my name only, or my picture, or my photo. And
Yes.
I tell them to make a card
Mhm. Very interesting.
for himself or for herself.
Yes, very
They loved it.
interesting. Miss Hannah, let me stop here because this is the first session after you were chosen by the British Council to be.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
so,
Congratulations.
so let all of us congratulate you. And
Yes, yes.
yes,
Congratulations.
yes,
Congratulations, Miss
I'm,
Sana.
Thank you.
She
I'm
I didn't
very,
deserves. She
attend.
deserves it.
yeah, of course.
I
And
didn't attend any lecture.
yes, Miss Hannah,
My phone
you.
was broken.
Miss Hannah, you made me very proud, and I was proud of you in front of my colleagues in British Council, and you are actually deserve that really.
Yes, she deserves it. Yes, yes,
Me too,
yes.
Mister.
Yeah, and you are very active in this program of the Mentor 2020, of course. Uh, and I would like to tell you that I sent you all badges for attending more than
Yes,
10 sessions. Um,
yes, we received it. Thank you, Mrs.
oh,
Ali.
okay. I sent the badge for all the people who attended 10 sessions. And after that, we have another badge for the people who attended 20 sessions. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, okay. Let's go on and see the coming slide. Why should the teacher use the previous informal info for introduction? Okay, why should teacher use the previous informal info talking about family interests, hobbies for introduction? To make
To
them
make
do.
socialist.
Yes, to socialize with the students and
Yes.
to the most important thing that to make them do the same. What's your objective from that? You need the students to interact. So
Yes.
firstly, tell them something to uh, say
Imitate it.
something. Say we cannot say imitate, but do something in return. Okay, they can do the
Yes.
same, but from their
Interaction.
perspectives. Yes,
Uh,
their response will be the same. If you said, I'm Miss Hannah, I'm a teacher, I'm Miss Asma, I'm Miss Zainab, I'm a teacher, and the student will stand up and I'm Ahmed, I'm a student. So اخذنا ايه يعني طالما انت اختصرتي الكلام على الفورماليتي يبقى هو الولد هيقول نفس الشيء. لكن لما تكلميه عن your family, your
I can't
interests,
hear.
can't hear me?
Sorry, bad contact.
Okay, it's out of our hands. Sorry. You hear me now? Hello? Okay. When you speak with the students and talk with them about your family interests, hobbies, likes and dislikes, they are supposed to respond with the same. They will speak about their family and interests. Student introduction. We have some questions you can give to the students to make them speak. Okay. Where are you from? What are your hobbies? What is your favorite food? Here is the open-ended questions as Mr. Mustafa mentioned. بتدي open-ended questions will students speak about
Several
that
answers.
fluently. What do you like to study? What's your favorite word in English? All these questions can provoke the student or stimulate the student to speak.
Sports.
Sports, Ms. Zainab, exactly. What are some other good questions you can ask to get to know someone? When you want to know someone, what other questions could you ask him or her?
How many brothers and sisters they have?
Yes, how many
Can
brothers
you
and
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
How many
Yes,
brothers
the family members.
and
How many brothers?
sisters?
How many sisters?
We can ask them about sports they play.